Y'all look at this. Try to ignore the dog, she's out right now. But like, the ice on our roof fell off. I was in the bathroom when I heard this, and it literally sounded like a jet flew over our roof. I didn't even hear it hit the ground. I just heard it sliding, and it was so loud. I don't know why it all fell like this at once. Like I mentioned, we had a little bit of a falling yesterday, but this is just ridiculous. Alright, y'all, last night we watched Zootopia 2. I made something about Zootopia a while ago, and we finally watched it. I liked it. It was a good movie. There were some parts that were, like, funny. I remember at the beginning, they were going undercover for, like, a fake baby, and they mentioned their baby. I'm like, what? How's that? What? And, but it was just, like, undercover thing. I honestly feel like they did that intentionally, but, there was this beaver character. I love the beaver character. He said, like, there's one part in the movie where they're, like, breaking into, like, a hideout or something, and she said, it takes a threesome to be a team sum or something like that, and it takes a four-way to break in your doorway or something like that, because they were breaking through a door. I don't know what's going on. Honestly, though, the one thing I didn't like, and if you don't want to be spoiled, then don't watch the rest of the video, but it has a twist villain. It has this, like, cat who's, like, pretending to be a partner or helping them, and then he's not. Which, honestly, I don't really like that, because, like, twist villains have been, like, old and worn out by Disney. Like, Disney has had so many like, even back in Zootopia 1, Bellwether was the dumbest twist villain ever, okay? I'm just gonna say, it's the dumbest thing ever. They literally, like, there's this conspiracy, and you're expecting it to be, like, someone big or something, and then it's this sheep who shows up 2 times throughout the movie, and they completely change her personality. They should have just made it the mayor. They not only would that work retroactively with the second movie, but also it would make way more sense. It wouldn't have you changing a whole character's personality. Even as a kid, I thought that was stupid. But my dad correctly predicted that there was a snake and the cat. One of them would be a twist villain. But honestly, if it were the snake, that would have kind of defeated the whole purpose of the movie. But it was the cat. But I don't think we need a twist villain in this movie. And I hope Disney doesn't come back to them, because I remember, like, 5 years ago, people were worn out with Disney's twist villains. They were just absolutely fed up with them. But it was definitely a good movie. They have mountain goats. That was good. They have mountain goats. And that's all I have to say. See y'all. Hey y'all. Forgive me. I just got out of the shower. My hair's crazy. But something funny happened the other day I wanted to talk about. So we were all in the car, or I was in the car, and my mom was, and my baby sister was, and we have a setup back there where there's a car seat, and the tablet's up there so she can watch the tablet. And Mom was looking at the show, and it was upside down. It was Gabby's Dollhouse, and it was upside down. And she turned the tablet, because the way it's set up is like it's on a rotating thing so you can turn it. She did that and just went back to being upside down. And then after that, the scene showed that they were upside down in the episode. Like, it flipped back around because they were, like, canonically in the TV, like, episode upside down. And that was so funny because we didn't know what was going on for a minute there. But that was funny. Guys, can I tell you something that's super hilarious? When phone call scammers from, like, Middle Eastern countries try to sort of predict what American names would sound like, my mom got a spam call a couple days ago from someone who called themselves Steel O'Neill. And a couple days before that, she got one from someone called Tom Little. Tom Little sounds like a reject Paul Bunyan. Okay, that's ridiculous. And, like, this isn't even just, like, scammers. Like, there's this video game that went viral. It's a Japanese video game, where it's a baseball game, which there were a million Japanese baseball games, apparently. And they tried to predict what American names sound like. I can't remember one of them, but they sounded weird as heck. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, then y'all know. But God, it's ridiculous. Okay, y'all, I recently did a video showing the goats, and a lot of people are saying the camera wasn't great, and I do apologize for that. To be fair, I was trying not to slide up on ice, because it's crazy out here, but here's a better video of them out in the ice. And I have other videos of them coming too. They just haven't been released yet. Yeah, they're great goats. We have tons of different types of goats. This is the Nigerian dwarf goats. And this one is like a mix of a bunch of different types of goats. I've never seen another goat like her ever, except for her twin sister, but she's sadly no longer with us. But I've never seen another goat that looks like this. Don't touch it. Don't touch the fence. I mean, it's not on right now, but you still shouldn't touch it. We gotta keep them, keep their water up out here. Goats get dehydrated real bad. Oh, see? Is it on? I guess it is on. See, it's why you don't touch it. It's honey. Hey, what's that? Whoa. How are you? Nice. Good girl. She was just running out in the ice. How are you? Do you see what happens when these guys get a thing of straw? Look at this. Still need to cut the strings off. Hey y'all, I'm back. And guess what I got? That's right, it's another fortune cookie. Find it's better just make it pop instead of ripping it, because I suck at opening these things. I don't know what it is. If it's a curse, I cannot open these. I hate these packages so freaking much. I was done dealing with that. I'm done dealing with that. It says, you'll create a lasting impact on those around you. We'll send a fortune because it's already come true. Y'all, snowmageddon is still going strong. We're expecting more snow. A few days ago, I slipped up and hit my butt really bad. It was pure ice. There was no snow. And in the next days after that, it's my pelvis area has been hurting bad. My butt area has been hurting bad. Not constantly, but if I try to get out of bed or try to sit down, it'll get sore. Or even if I readjust myself, I can't bend over to pick things up now. I have to bow my legs down and pick it up. So I keep my upper body at upright, so I don't move too much there. It's not, I don't know, hopefully it goes away soon. I don't know what's going on, but I did not need to hear the news that the snow would continue, and we actually had an 18% chance of snow today as of filming this. It's February, I think 6th. It's the 6th as of filming this. It's not going to come out on the 6th because I only upload one video per day, and obviously more than one thing happens to me per day. But gosh, man, I did not need to have more snow, but it was an 18% chance, and we got more snow, so it's showing no signs of stopping. Yeah. Y'all, I came up with this hypothetical question recently. Can a ghost have autism? Okay, so first off, I don't believe in ghosts, but hypothetically, if ghost existed, could a ghost have autism? I'm thinking of the definition of ghost where it's your soul leaving your body, right? So ghost, autism is part of your personality, but at the same time, ghosts don't have brains. So if they don't have a brain, how can he have a neurological disorder? I came up with this when my friend told me about this anime that had an autistic ghost, and I was like, how can a ghost have autism? And then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, that's a really good hypothetical question. So I'm wondering, what do y'all think? Do y'all think ghosts can have autism? Guys, I need to rant about something. So when a date is written out in numbers, it's two numbers, and four numbers, and they're all separated by slashes. I hate it when people format that in the style of day, month, and year. I hate it. Okay, you know why? Because for one thing, it's not intuitive. Day, month, and year, like, that doesn't flow well. Secondly, usually when people do this, they do it either day, month, or month, day. And they usually don't say which one's which. Meaning, if they have a day that's less than 12, I'm not going to tell which day it is. I'm not going to be able to know. And usually I write all my dates out like completely, like December 14th, 2024 or something like that. And I just hate when people do it. Apparently Americans are the only one who does it. You know, go figure. Hey y'all, tomorrow I'm going to get a haircut and I want to do before and after. This is today before I get the haircut. Oh my gosh. I mean, I fluffed it up a little bit, but it was way worse. Like, you know Samson from the Bible? You know how whenever he loses his hair, he loses his powers? That's me, but I lose all my confidence. I just don't like how my hair looks short. But it's way more refreshing having it short, even though it was itchy, but that's it. Hey guys, I'm Panic Attack, and I would like to show you a tape that I have. So this is a tape that I got from it was discarded, and it is a Britannica tape, and if you read that, I'm not sure if you can read it, it says food. So what this is it is a video dictionary that you could watch and it would explain the definition of a word for you. And I like the design of it. It's very distinctly retro. Although I think the funniest part about it is the implication that it takes 15 minutes to explain the concept of food. Hey everyone. So I've talked about the debates on how to spell and how to pronounce words on my channel. And recently I heard about the debate between Jih-f versus Gih-f. So this has been a pretty popular debate for a while. I've always pronounced it Gih-f, but I can see why people pronounce it Jih-f. I mean, it sounds silly, but, you know, there are tons of examples in the English language where a G makes a J sound, like giraffe, gin, stuff like that. So, let's be honest, the English language is a mess. Like, if you know it, you know it. That's what the English language is. Like, pterodactyl, why the heck does it have a P at the beginning of it? So, here's my solution. Which one's right? In my opinion, well, okay, for one thing, there's no right way, but don't pronounce it like that either way. Pronounce it as Gih-f. Think about it. Like, that's how you do, like, every file extension, almost every one, you say all the letters, like MP4, MP3, MKV, all that. You always do that. So why should GIF be any different? Okay, now that's making me want to pronounce it GIF. So no more GIF. In my opinion, GIF is the best way, okay? Because no one can argue that those aren't the letters that make it up, so no one will make fun of you. So that's my solution. Guys, I think snowmageddon is officially over. There's still a few rough spots, but it seems like the snow itself has stopped. Our yard is for the most part clear. I just gotta watch out in some other areas, but it seems like it's gone mostly. Y'all can hear my goats in the background. I'm sure they're very happy about it, but it's so muddy. I hate it so much. It's so muddy in certain parts of the yard, especially right in front of our house where we have to walk every single morning and night. So, but you know what? I'll never complain about it being too hot. Not that I did. I mostly like hot weather. But I mean, there were days where I was like, man, it's really hot out here. But I'll never complain about it again. Not at Disney World, not in Florida. Never at all. Hey y'all, so I was sitting with my friend in class the other day, and he told me, hey dude, this morning my bus driver straight up drove past me. And I was like, really? And then he said, yeah dude, and I snapped a picture of it, and I was like, really, what does it look like? And then he showed me the picture, and this is what he showed me. So y'all, I was at school today, and I'm in a counseling and mental health class, and we do a ton of stuff, and it's basically an arts and crafts class, and we have a class called life skills, but it's basically a special ed class, and we were giving them Valentine's presents, and we were stuffing, I'm sorry if y'all hear something in the background, it's a TV show, I can't turn it off, but we were making them Valentines, and we were stuffing the bags with candy, and we had a whole box of blow pops. I'm gonna show you, look, they look like this, and I poured them out onto the table, and I see one of them's unwrapped, and we end up throwing it away, but I'm like, I didn't really know that happened that often, but apparently it happens really often. But, and now it wasn't licked, okay, it was dry, or there's nothing like that, but it was weird, and it makes me wonder, how often does that happen where it just doesn't get wrapped? Guys, has there ever been a time where your DoorDasher or your DoorDash order, or whoever's getting you your DoorDash order, can just not do their job right? There was a time recently where we used DoorDash. I don't know if it was DoorDash. It was like some type of service like that where you get your food or your items or something. And our driveway, we have a long driveway. Okay, I'm not going to show you it, but we have a long driveway and our cars are a little far from our house. And we told the order to put it in front of our door. Or that's a setting or something like that. And then the order was finished, and we went out there and it wasn't out there, and we thought that there had been an error at first, but then we found out they put it on the hood of our car, which, first off, it said to put it in front of our house. That's the whole point of the order system, so you don't have to go outside. And also, not to mention the fact that, like, you shouldn't put stuff on, like, people's cars. It can mess up the paint, or maybe that's just me, but that's why. Hey everyone, I'm sorry if y'all hear some in the background. It's a TV show, I can't turn it off. But today I want to tell you a story that my teacher told me. So she said that her husband told her this story back in the 70s. He was in school, and that was when Smarties, you know, the candies, the little candies that have no taste and look just like pills. Seriously, I hate those things. But they were brand new. And back then, like, drugs in school were a big issue. So they had this teacher who, she would basically believe anything, apparently. And he laid out Smarties on the counter, someone did, and told her that they were pills and someone was bringing pills to school. And she fell for it. Like, she panicked, apparently. She fell for it like hook, line, and sinker, and that sounds hilarious to me, because they literally do look like pills. Like, I have a working theory that they were originally designed to be placebo pills, but then they got reworked into candy. Kind of like how Play-Doh was originally, like, putty. I can't prove that, I haven't looked that up, but it just works. Y'all, I embarrassed myself so bad today. So I was at school, and we were in our agriculture class, and we were reviewing our notes, and we were reviewing them in like a popcorn style way, where she calls on someone to say what the definition of the word is, and then they call on someone else. And I had been called on for one of the words, and when I was done, I called on another kid named David. The thing about David is David's nonverbal, and I knew that, but he was the only kid that I knew the name of in the class, like one of the only kids who hadn't gone yet. So I just instinctually said his name without thinking about it. But, you know, he thought it was funny, he was smiling, but I was so embarrassed. I cannot believe that happened. Jeez, I called on some other kid named Carlos after that, but I need to learn the names of the kids in that class. Hey, y'all. Got some food for y'all. Hey, y'all. Oh, sorry, y'all. Dang it. Okay, I'm feeding them some bread and apples today. Sorry. Dang it. Sorry about the camera work, but yeah. This black one, TC's gonna need a lot of food because she's about to be a mom soon. Anytime now. So she's gonna need a lot of food. Now this one looks like he's about to be a mom, but he's not. He's just really fat and steals all the food from everyone. Is that right, Mickey? Right? Or are y'all? Alright, this is super random, but recently there has been a song going viral from Osmosis Jones called Cool Daddy Cool. Basically, there's been like the recent 2 Super Bowl halftime shows of Kid Rock and Bad Bunny, and Kid Rock went there, and everyone's been bringing up this old song he did on Osmosis Jones where it says, I like them underage, see some say that's statutory, but I say it's mandatory. So a lot of people have been using this because he has been promoting family values and stuff like that and saying he's a hypocrite. I don't think that's fair. I mean, it was 25 years ago. I mean, he's probably way younger. But the thing that I want to know is how the heck did that get into a kids movie? Even back then, old kids movies like The Brave Little Toaster, Who Framed Roger Rabbit were able to get away with a lot more. And I love that about old kids movies. But even that's just a little too far. You know what I mean? That's a little bit too far, you know? And I remember watching this movie, and I do not remember hearing that song in it. I watched it, a few years ago, and I have no recollection of hearing that song in it, but apparently it's in this scene where it has, a self-insert of Kid Rock performing at this, bar or something. I don't know. And the song's good. The song is pretty good, by Kid Rock standards. But again, I just need to know, people had to review that song. You know what I mean? They had to go through censorship boards. They had to see that and say that was okay for release. And I guess it's fitting that directly before it is an R. Kelly song. But I don't know, man. Y'all, the funniest thing ever just happened today. So we were in ag class, and we had to learn all the formulas, which if you don't know, there's a formula stuff called conception rate. Conception rate is how commonly a male cow gives birth, or not gives birth, makes other you know what I mean. And what ended up happening is there's this one kid in there who had his laptop up, right? And she was telling us how she was giving us a preface, and this kid had his laptop open, but he had his phone set up against his laptop because he was watching something on it. And the teacher calls him out and says, I hope you're not watching anything on that monitor. And then she says, how about you crack it? Which, not a very good word choice, but basically it just means close it. And when he closes it, you hear the most audible thumping noise when the phone falls down against the keyboard. And she didn't bring it up. She said, okay, but you know that she'd heard that and knew exactly what was going on. And that was so funny. Y'all, can I complain about something that really random that I don't like? This happens every now and again. Why do teachers randomly change the seats without telling you? You know what I mean? Every now and again, I'll walk into class, and every now and again, a teacher will change the seat layout. So instead of the desk being lined up in a certain order, they'll be spread out across the room, and now you have to sit somewhere else. You know what I mean? I don't like that because I already have this routine where I walk in, I'm planning to go straight to my seat and just write it out, and then I need to find a new place to sit with new people. This happened to me today. It's why I'm thinking about it. And not that I hate the teacher for doing it. She said it makes it easier to sweep. But can you just give us a heads up? You know what I mean? The day before, warn us that you're going to change the seating. Or I know some of the classes have that Remind app where you can do it there. You know what I mean? I would just like to be prepared for there to be a different seating arrangement. Hey, y'all. Got some bananas. There aren't that many, but oh well. It's where Mickey's the brown goat. He always comes out on top. Do you see how fat he is? That's that is because he always steals everyone's food because he's the biggest and he butts everyone. Although Dumpling, she looks pregnant, but she's not. Now see, this one is pregnant. These two are boys. I mean, I guess they're all a little bit fat. See what I mean? See, Petey is probably runner-up behind Mickey for the most food eaten. Do y'all want to know something funny about baby goats? When you're feeding, or when goats are still babies, and you will put anything up to their face, they're automatically going to try to get milk out of it. They're going, if I put my finger up to the baby goat or my hand trying to pet them, they're going to start nibbling on my hand trying to get milk out of it. And even the older goats do this, but I don't know if it's because of milk. Because, they're older goats. so he wouldn't be trying to get milk anymore. But maybe just an instinct for him to try to nibble like anything like that. I don't know. But it's really funny when they start nibbling on your finger, and it's cute. It's really cute. Look at them. Look at what happens when you give one goat a banana. Look at this. It's ridiculous. She still got it, though. I wanted her to have it because she's a mom. Or she's going to be a mom. Oh, okay, she gave it up. Alright. Oh, well. Are y'all done yet? Wait, no, she's... I don't think she wants any more. Alright. Y'all, I know I've talked a lot about the school bathrooms. I've literally made an entire rant video talking about how bad school bathrooms are. But it needs to be said because recently, there's this school bathroom in our school. It's in the agriculture building. And in the boys' bathroom, someone has put a sticker of eyes on the toilet seat. I'm not making this up. Someone, I don't know who did it. It was like this at the beginning of this semester. And someone literally just stuck, like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a big deal, but why would someone do that? And I don't even know where it came from. I don't even know where the sticker's from or what it is.